Hello, America. Stephen, politicallylazy.com. How are we today? Wanted to talk about two things. Something I noticed in healthcare and something I noticed with the deficit. Number one, the healthcare. Listening to Obama speak and several speeches, I noticed two things in the speech that can't happen. Impossible. Mathematics won't allow it. He talked about the $500 billion cut in Medicare, how it will strengthen Medicare over the long term. Great. But then later on he talked about how the $500 billion would help pay for health care. I don't see how that's possible. It either goes to one or the other, but you can't make $500 billion work twice for you. Not going to happen. Where are they going to get the other $500 billion? Just saying. Case in point, give an example, I like to do tag sales. So if I made $500 on a tag sale, and my wife wants to take the $500 and buy a $500 TV for the bedroom, and I want to take the $500 and buy $500 rims for my car, well, we both can't get our way. It has to be one or the other. And they like to throw out the CBO. Well, they only score what you put into it. They can't guess. They can't correct you. You give it to them. They crunch the numbers, they give it back to you. So I would just like to know how this $500 billion that they're going to cut from Medicare can do both. And if you're over 65, you must be shaking in your boots. I know I would. I can't see somebody retired voting for the Democratic Party. Really, think about it. Then I wanted to talk about the 2,700 pages. I printed out the Constitution with the Bill of Rights on a regular printer, off the internet. It's on my blog under resource. You can get to it. It was 17 pages, and that set up all three branches of our government: the judicial, the executive, and the legislature. So we set up three branches of government: the entire court system, Congress and the Senate, and the presidential branch. We set all that up, what can and can't be done. You know, our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, in 17 pages. Yet this health care is 2,700 pages. That's what scares me. Think 2,700 pages. You know, something like abortion. Shouldn't it just be, you know, everybody, abortion can't be part of it, whether you're for it or against it. If they're not going to let this health care bill pay for it, one sentence: abortion cannot be paid for by the federal government in any way, shape, or form. Done. One sentence. We don't need several pages explaining to us about abortion. Either they're going to cover it or they're not. Also, I don't see how it can go through. It's definitely against the Constitution. There's no way the federal government can mandate for you to give money to a private corporation by law and pay penalties and or get arrested. Please. They can't force you to do this. If you don't want it, you don't want it. And then people talk about car insurance as an example. You don't have to buy a car, and if you don't own a car, you don't need car insurance. And you can buy car insurance from anybody you want. You see the commercials, Geico, State Farm, all these insurance companies. It's great. The federal government's not supposed to mandate that you give a private company money. And he even said in his speech, the insurance companies tend to make a lot of money. Really? Who are you working for, Mr. President? The people or the insurance companies? Please. And now I want to talk about the deficit. We are currently spending this year, 2010, $1.5 to $1.6 trillion more than we take in. What does that mean? All the tax revenue, all the money the federal government collects, they're going to spend $1.5 to $1.6 trillion more than they take in. So it's official. We are no longer borrowing on the backs of our children. No. We're borrowing on the backs of our grandchildren, because during our children's life, my oldest is 22, during his life, they're not going to be able to pay down these next 4 years, the deficit, plus the $12.4 trillion we're already in debt. Add another one, we'll go to low end, 1.5 each year after that. That is ridiculous. It's coming to a head. The spending has got to stop. How hard is that for all you congressmen and all you senators to know? The spending has got to stop. Plain and simple. I'm going to do another post in a little bit in relation to this, but so make sure you log back on later today and check that out. That's it for now. Thank you so much for your time. God bless this great country. Don't forget to support my advertisers. Make me those pennies. Stop being politically lazy. Do your job. Get out there. Get involved. Educate yourself. And we'll see you real soon.
Say you want a revolution.